admire the Greek, to admire the Latin, to admire the European, just in general. Because we're always taught that Pythagoras, he created the Pythagorean theorem, when there was already a system of triangle. Like Eddie Griffin said, how do you think we made the pyramids? Greeks didn't make the pyramids. So then we had a system of geometry and hieroglyphics and certain languages and system. We had things in place that had nothing to do with Greeks. We just give credit to Greeks because we live in a Eurocentric society. We are taught in a Eurocentric curriculum. So when we learn in school, when we're even in predominantly black schools, they still set it up so that all of our blackness is removed from us, and we're learning about Greek
Christopher Columbus.
Right, and Christopher Columbus.
Good morning, community. How are you? Jenenne Macklin here, transformational speaker, wealth guiding catalyst. I thought I'd hop on right quick just to say hello. I hadn't forgotten about you. The young man and I are on a road trip. We're heading back home. Thought we'd go look at some different scenery, so we're heading south on the one-on-one. I should have been showing you, we've been looking at, and I've been showing him all the farmland and who is out here on the farms, who's doing the work on the farms, the very people who are being targeted in our country. So, and then we're listening to, for his school, a book called, which you all may want to read, The Miseducation of the Negro. And it's just interesting stuff. It's like, did you know that it were black women, until the movie, who put the space shuttle up in space? And we are talking about all the history that we have that nobody really knows, that America keeps hiding. So how are you anyway? Where you are and what you're doing? How's your world? How's your life? How's your family? We're ending up another weekend. And what you looking for?
My sodas.
Okay. Hopefully you've made it through this week. Hopefully you've made the shifts and changes for yourself and your family. I'm always encouraging you to enjoy your weekend, getting close to your family, regrouping, making sure that your thoughts are really focused in the direction you want them to go, so you're not in worry, you're not in fear, that you connect to something bigger than yourself in this experience, because we're going to be in it for a while. I'll pull over and you can look. I don't know if it's in the back seat of the truck or one of the bags. And then to really make sure that you're really clear. I keep saying this is a heart crisis and a health crisis. And the biggest heart piece is that we get to get closer to those that we love, those that we care about, those that we think get on our nerves. Because now we're missing them and we don't get to get the hugs, we don't get to have the contact that we're used to. So it's showing us what we really value. It's not necessarily all the clothes and all the designer this and all that stuff. What we really value is each other, those that we love. And then of course the health crisis, well, we need to just stay at home. I just talked to a friend of mine. She's in Atlanta. She went and got tested. She didn't have a fever, but she had a cough. She wasn't feeling good. She has to wait 10 days to get the results. Well, in 10 days, she's like, I either have to stay home the whole 10 days because if I go out and I'm positive, I could be contaminating others. So the whole system is really interesting. So the biggest thing really is just to stay at home, but not that you can't move around the planet. We're out here and there's tons of land out here. We're like, why are we all on top of ourselves? And because there's cities, but there's tons of land on this planet. We do have some options, but if you have it and you can, get in the car and go for a ride somewhere, breathe some fresh air, look at the farmland, look who's out here supporting us and taking care of us. That's always something good. Let's see if I can flip this around and you can see it. You can't see it. Well, that was the farmland. All the farmers were out, and is that farmland? Okay, there's the farmland over there if you hadn't seen it. That's all our farmland. That's farming. So they're pulling our farm vegetables for us and bringing them to us. Okay. So, hi Jacqueline, how are you? How's your family? How are things where you are? So draw near to your families. I'm always going to say to my ladies, what's happening with your self-care? What are you doing for your self-care? You guys don't talk back to me. It's really interesting. If you come on later, put #replay. Let me know what state you're in. In the meantime, though, how well are you doing as far as your self-care? Are you getting stressed, worrying, trying to figure things out? Once you said that prayer, right, you let it go. You gave it to God. You didn't keep bugging God about it, right? So once you pray about it, now you want to listen for the answer to see what to do about it, okay? We're going to make it through. We're going to be okay. I'm not so sure with the media keeps saying that, people of color are going to be making transitions more quickly because of this disease and environment. For some reason, I think they're just trying to do some programming there. I just want us to be really mindful about what we're doing as people of color, what we're eating, where we're going, because I don't know if it's going to be us. I haven't seen numbers that said like thousands and thousands of black people or Latinos have made their transitions. They won't show us the numbers. So just take good care of yourself. You just tuned in from California. It's crazy where you are. What's going on, Jacqueline? Miss Williams. We're leaving Northern California from Monterey, heading back down to Pasadena, California. And so far, Mr. Newsom hasn't told us we're on lockdown. I'm hoping that we won't have to be locked down and have a curfew at 6 and all that kind of stuff. But focus on your health. I'm still going to tell you, whatever you can do now to improve your health, take this time to do it. There's no excuse for you not walking, not exercising, not, just walk around your block 10 times and talk to your neighbors. It's better than doing nothing at all. There's nothing that stops you from eating foods that are healthy and cooking healthy foods like we used to do. Nothing stops us from those two things. So I just wanted to hop on, though, today. I wasn't going to be really heavy. We're in heavy conversations over here reading the book, The Miseducation of the Negro, because I really am wanting him at 16 to be clear of the indoctrination that happened in America and how America has pretty much done everything to push down our value, the contributions we've made. He was just telling me, what were you telling me, dear, before you do that? What were you telling me before you go on there? The things that weren't in the book about Daniel Hale wasn't in the book, that he was a heart surgeon. There was just so many things that we didn't learn in our history book. What were you telling me? Oh, good. You're focusing on your health? That's a good thing. That's the most important thing we can do, is to focus on our health. Our eating, our sleeping, our drinking, and our thinking. But what were you saying? It's the third time I asked.
I was just saying that we're not taught about people when it comes... We're not taught about our own people when it comes to... like certain subjects.
Those are the wineries. That's all I'm showing you there. Go ahead.
Like, we're taught about...
Well, he was saying that in our history books, it's like we weren't taught about the women who helped with the spaceship, the first spaceship that went to the moon. We didn't know 3 black women were part of that and making that happen. We weren't taught about Daniel Hale. We weren't taught about our contributions as a people to America, that all the books that we were indoctrinated about had us focusing on the Hebrews, the Jews, who else?
Just Greeks, Latin.
Oh, the Greeks, the Latin, and Europeans. But nothing was putting our attention on our value and on ourselves. So for me, this is a time we get to do that. We need to look, we need to be aware of who we are, the value we bring to the planet. We need to get off of the old way we used to do things as far as eating and drinking, and get really centered in the foods that are going to empower us, keep us healthy and alive, because we are strong people, and make the best choices we can for our health. Walking is the simplest thing you can do. You don't get to say, I don't have money to go to the gym. You don't have to go to the gym. You can just walk around the block 6 times, do some jumping jacks, and do that every single day, and change the way you eat, and make sure you drink enough water and get some sleep. And if we take our value off of what we do for everyone else and focus on who we are and the value we are and that value we bring, that'll also help us. It'll keep our hearts in good spaces. It'll keep the weight off of us, because we won't be trying to eat up everything because we're so upset or uncomfortable or unhappy. So there's some ways we can take care of ourselves. Self-care. We keep thinking that our value is based on what we do as opposed to who we are. So during this time, get clear about who are you. What's the value you bring to your family, the value you bring to your clients, the value you bring to the world. Not what you do, but who you are. And write that down and get really clear on that, because that's what you're going to bring to your jobs. That's what you're going to bring to conversations about getting increases and equal pay at your jobs. That's what you're going to bring to your relationships. That's what you're going to bring to your business. Your value of who you are, not necessarily what you do. Because people could have us doing and doing and doing and doing all the time, in a sense, for them. And we think we're so wonderful because we do and do. But you know what? When we get through doing, we're tired. That's all we are. It's tired. And that satisfaction we get for doing for others, it lasts a little while, and then you got to go get another fix. So what happens if we just do for us, do it for our family, and know that from doing that, we're also doing for the world? Okay, Miss Jacqueline, you take good care. Look me up, and you know, we're both in Los Angeles. Are you Facebook friends? Connect with me on there. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great Friday. I'm sure at some point, Kat will be on here. Have a great Friday, Kat. Krista Foster, have a great Friday too. Take care of your kids, your families, your grandkids. And I will see you guys on Monday. Know your history, though. You can do that too while we're off. You can learn your history. Bye.